The news now. Police have been deployed in huge numbers on the fourth consecutive day of protests along the International Airport Road. The Sadahalli toll gate near KIA has turned into a fortress in anticipation of more protests today. But that has not deterred the KRB activists from staging an out-and-out war. They resorted to violence, and this resulted in a tussle with the cops. Even Deve Gowda, the JDS Supremo, has joined the protests along with JDS workers. Meanwhile, a few KRB activists have been detained for vandalizing toll booths. A few cops were seen forcing some of them to pay the toll, while other drivers refused to budge. The policemen deployed at the booths had a hard time convincing drivers. They seized a few cabs and allegedly forced drivers to pay the revised fee. Well, my colleague Harish joins us from the location of violence. Well, Harish, first of all, tell us what is the situation like?
Right now, the situation is normal with the protesters being whisked away. Remember, the Karnataka Rakshana Vedike protesters planned to go ahead and go to the toll plaza over there. That's when they were stopped and they quoted arrest. Now, JDS protest too has got over. JDS Supremo HD Deve Gowda had come here after addressing the media. Permission was denied for them to go to the toll plaza. That's when they had to leave the place. So the protest has been on since the morning, and the security too is beefed up, and nearly 600 to 700 people have been, policemen have been deployed for security over here. And what you see behind me is the toll plaza, where the toll collection is happening, and as you can see, there are minor altercations happening every now and then with cab drivers refusing to pay the toll, and then the police have to intervene and bring things back to normalcy. But the problem is now the questions are being raised on the role of the police, the role that police are playing over here. Several cab drivers have alleged that the police are forcing them to pay the toll. Is that the job of a policeman? That's the question that several of these cab drivers are raising, and the police have claimed that they are doing the job. They are fining or levying fine on the drivers for obstructing traffic. Apart from that, they are not forcing anyone to pay the fine. This is the scenario today here. Thankfully, things didn't get out of hand because there was huge deployment of security. But this protest is likely to intensify in the coming days. We have already seen the BJP and the JDS supporting this protest. Several pro-Canada activist groups are likely to continue their protest tomorrow as well. And on the 9th, there is an indefinite strike called, where nearly 6 to 7 lakh vehicles are likely to stay off-road, Nishita.
That's right, and also we understand that yesterday we saw R. Ashok, the BJP leader, come to the fore. Today we are seeing JDS Supremo HD Deve Gowda. We can only expect the protests to intensify in the coming days. So how exactly are the officials planning to tackle the huge number of people who are coming in and day out to stage a protest against such a situation, to stage a protest against the toll? And also, what are the alternate arrangements being made to ensure that the traffic flow is not restricted, Harish?
Well, in the past 3 days that we have been coming here, every day we have seen a steady increase in the number of policemen that has been deployed here for security, and with every passing day we are seeing more number of protesters as well. So we are told that the police will be on high alert, at least in this particular zone, for the next few days till solution or till this entire controversy dies down. Remember, there is an indefinite strike on the 9th of this month as well. Coming back to your earlier question on how the traffic is being handled, as of now, whenever there is a protest, they are closing one part of the road, one part of the tollway for these protesters, and they're allowing the traffic to go on the other part or the remaining part of the road. And since morning we have been here, and there has been no major traffic pile-up as such, although there are frequent clashes at the tolling booths. But the police are swinging into action quite quickly and making sure that there is no traffic pile-up, Nishita.
Right, absolutely. And also we understand that at this point in time, it is not just the government but also the BBMP that's coming under fire because of the incomplete alternate road that is in place. So any of the officials coming out and giving any assurances such, Harish?
Well, there has been no concrete assurance. Remember, there was a meeting between the authorities, state authorities, as well as officials from the National Highways Authority of India, but no concrete relief as such, although there was a partial relief or at least an attempt to provide partial relief with this whole idea of concessional passes for cab drivers and people staying in the 20-kilometer vicinity of this particular toll plaza. But the big crux point or the moot point in this entire controversy is why the state government is not imposing or asking the Navyug Devnalli Toll Expressway people or the National Highway Authority of India to implement a service road. That is the big question, because that will act as a lifeline for everyone who wants to pass through this road or use a normal road and doesn't want to pay the toll. It's almost like a bottleneck over here, and people are being strangulated, and they have no other option but to pay the toll and get past this toll plaza, Nishita.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Harish. Well, Narayana Gowda issued a warning yesterday and said that the Vedike would pull down all toll booths like in neighbouring Maharashtra if there is no rollback. The protests against toll hike on National Highway continue for the fourth day in Bengaluru. Pro-Kannada activists belonging to Karnataka Navanirmana Sene today attacked National Highway Authority's office in Peenya second stage. Kannada activists pelted stones at NHA office. Protesters demanded withdrawal of the toll hike.
In view of toll fee hike, the Janata Dal and other Kannada organizations are going to protest today. In view of that, elaborate police arrangement and bandobast has been made. For the elaborate police bandobast arrangement, we have deployed 5 ACPs, 6 ACPs, 18 inspectors, 30 PSIs, and around 300 HCPCs are deployed. In addition to the civil staff, 5 KSRP platoons and 2 CR platoons have been deployed for this bandobast. And we are giving all protection to all the passengers who are passing through this road, and we have made alternative road arrangement also for the passengers who are coming from airport to the Bangalore city.